Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. BigThunderMan here, bringing you a one-on-one. And do not be fooled, that is not a conscript, ladies and gentlemen. That is a first lieutenant in Vanilla. He's a clanmate of mine, and we are playing this one-on-one. I am playing Indian again, and we are on Deccan. Right away, I send my elephants to scout out the map, and I start gathering crates. I will do a 10-10 rush this time, as I want to decimate my clanmate, because I know he's a great player, but he's new to the Asian dynasties, so I want to take him off balance. He is a first lieutenant on just straight up Age of Empires, the original Vanilla. So, he's a clanmate of mine. He wanted to record a game. I said, sure, why not? You're probably going to kill me, but I haven't uploaded a loss on this channel yet, so let's do it. Notice there, I stopped gathering the crates and I send them to food. I want to be aging as soon as possible, so that is that. I'm gathering the treasure. I got my elephants running around the map, and I am very excited, very nervous, but I'm going to play this game and try to win, even though I probably won't. I picked my rush deck, and the game is off. Notice immediately I'm scouting out the map using both of my elephants separately. My goal is to get as many of the yaks as possible. They generate experience for me, which means I'll get cards. Notice all my villagers are going straight to food. That's the thing you want to do with Indians. You do not want to have your villagers... If you're doing a 10-10 rush, you want all your villagers on food, nobody on wood. Your goal right now is only to get your 10 villagers and age as fast as possible. So notice that I'm doing that. I'm looking at all the treasures I'm passing on the map, and I'm going on. By the way, this was by far the hardest game ever. Notice there I was scouting out with that house. I'm not actually planning to build a house. I was using that house just so I could see what the range, the distance on his town center was. I wanted to know how close I could build my fort. So that's the kind of thing you want to do before you are going to build your fort. You don't want to be worrying about where you can build your fort when it's actually time to build your fort. You want to be like I am here, have your location scouted, get it ready to go. I start the fort, I send him to wood, and then I send everybody back to wood. Remember, India's settlers cost wood. I want to get my economy rolling as soon as possible. I get my house going, and this is a bad deck, by the way. I think I mentioned it later, like actually in the chat of it, but I don't have 700 wood in this deck or whatever it is. Definitely should have that as an Indian. It kind of set my economy back a little bit. It definitely made me play from behind for a little bit, so you'll see the effects of that. Anyway, I keep grabbing treasures, keep scouting out the map there. I'm going to grab it. Allows me to see all the mines treasure. I only assumed there was one or two I couldn't see, but it's just helpful to know where it is. It might give me a scouting advantage, I don't know. So I keep sending yaks back to me. Trying to look at the entire map. I think it's actually normal Deccan, so it's not large Deccan, so I don't need to so it's more enclosed than it would normally. Notice there, I keep making villager. I'm putting them back onto food. And I tell my clanmate, because he's new to the Asian dynasties, he was talking about elephants earlier. I'm typing in elephants. I'm really hoping to distract him, because he is such a good player. I was very aware that I do not stand a chance in this game, so I wanted to hopefully distract him. He shoots my elephants as I walk by, each time I walk by. I don't think he realizes that my scouts are actually elephants. I mean, maybe he does, but maybe he thinks they pose a threat to him. I'm not sure. But immediately he's responding. I made a mistake there. My first card should have been Distruminivism or whatever it's called. It is a wood trickle card. I should have sent that instantly. I didn't. I also didn't have the wood. So I already off the bat have made some mistakes, but whatever. Notice he keeps shooting at me when I walk by. I'm actually really loving that. That's giving me just a slight edge. Hopefully he'll be shocked when I throw a rush at him, but we'll see. So notice that I'm sending my villagers out a bit. I want to start gathering the elephants. I want to be herding them to me. I want to get all the herds to me. I, by the way, have a 370 coin from crates and treasures at the beginning of the game. So I'm going to have a little bit of a reprieve. Remember, set boys only cost 30 coins. So that right there is about 12 set boys I can build. I keep running my elephant around his town, and he is really distracted by it. Notice all the waypoints I sent there. The elephant really is just supposed to be there to keep walking. At this point, I realize, crap, no 700 wood. I probably should have sent wood trickle, but I don't know what I sent actually. I think I sent food. At least that's what I would send, but I don't know if I did send it. Anyway, I get my Sepoys. I did select my home city point to be the fort, and immediately I'm going to start walking those Sepoys over and getting pressure on him. He's a great player. I suspect he's fast fortressing. He actually is. We'll see that later. He's going to use mercenaries and cannons. He's a good player. So he knows what he's doing. So he's getting his coin there. Definitely fast fortressing. I send the Sepoys in. I'm hoping to really catch him off balance. I mean, if he wasn't fast fortressing, I don't know. But he's definitely fast fortressing. I go in there. I start killing things. Really, to be honest, at this point, I thought I had the game won. Stupidly, I know I didn't, but I was in his town attacking. I thought I had it won. I should have sent a home city shipment, by the way. You may notice I didn't. Completely foolish of me. I do keep herding herds back towards me, though, but I didn't get a home city shipment until now when I sent food. I should have sent food like 10 minutes ago. I have no idea what I was doing. Yeah, I was distracted. I was trying to get pressure on him. I was really hoping I'd mess with him, but his score is higher than me. He's playing well. He's messing around with me. I go there. I see him throwing up a barracks. I start to shoot the villagers, or the Courier de Bois. Somebody told me how to pronounce it, by the way. Thank you, sir. I start to shoot the Courier de Bois, building it, but he gets it up before I can destroy it, which now I'm kind of like, ugh. I know he got 700 coin from a shipment. His score is better than mine. He's French. I don't know what to do. I've been harassing him fairly well, though, so I'm not freaking out. And notice there, no houses. Every game, no houses. I forget to build houses. Anyway, I get the villagers making food. I send Rajouts, I believe they're called. I'm not sure. They're basically like coyote runners almost for the Indians. I send them out. I ordered them from the home city because I don't have wood. I really should have sent a wood trickle at this point. It would have been probably more useful, but I expected him to pop out skirms any day now, so I wanted to have my Rajouts or whatever they're called out there and ready. I start to burn down the barrack. I have this nasty habit of walking into people's town and looking elsewhere on the screen. I really shouldn't, but I do. Anyway, there comes my Rajouts. I'm going to join them up with my Sepoys, and hopefully at this point, my score is starting to overtake him. I'll be able to beat him. I didn't even realize that villager there was walking away towards the battle. Idiots. I forgot to set separate economic and military waypoints. Something to keep in mind, guys. You do have two types of waypoints. There I remember, but it's okay. I'm able to actually herd that herd back towards me. And notice there, I actually save my elephant and get him out of the way, which is a great thing. Which means now I have him back, able to scout. I accidentally mass clicked him, so that's why my unit started going slow. Notice they were all in a group. The Sepoys are the slowest unit, and when you put all your military units in a group, they walk as fast as the slowest unit. Anyway, he gets some skirms up there. I send the Rajputs, actually I believe they're called, to go kill them. I run away, then I bring the Sepoys back in. There's a lot of micromanagement at this point. Notice I got more Sepoys incoming. At this point I was like, oh yeah, I have the game won, but nope, he's playing well, and he's in the third age. Expect him to ship some cannons, a fort, something. He's going to ship something. He's going to start really messing with me. You'll see. I'm not going to reveal who won this game, by the way, but yeah, it was a tough game, that's for sure. So anyway, I keep the pressure on him. I really thought at this point I had it. I keep trying to micro out his units. It didn't even occur to me, oh wow, this guy's in the third age, he's going to be a little bit more of a problem, but he is. I don't have enough military men in hindsight to do anything major in his town besides just kill stuff. And out come the Courier de Bois. He's doing a great technique. He's popping his men out, shooting me at once, and popping back in before they take any damage. So he's using his own town to his defense in an incredibly good way. That's the advantage of a pro player right there. Notice I send my men around to the other side of the barracks. I want them to start sieging without being within range of the barracks firing attack. But I think I just actually leave this town. I don't go back because at this point I'm in trouble. I have no food. I have little wood and not much coin, and he seems to be throwing off my attacks with no problem, and his score is pretty much kept pace with mine, so I'm not super thrilled. I moved my Indian elephant closer, by the way, because he's a healer, so I figured a few seconds of healing would be good, but then I immediately start to walk off. Again, not smart. I send those Rajputs, maybe they're called Rajputs. I send those Rajputs to the other side of his town, or I was going to, but then I realized there's a wall. I want to use them to my advantage. Building a wall like that, it really sucks for him because he's really kind of walled himself in. Notice there, I send the gold, but yeah, I send the 2 wood trickle cards. I should have sent them a while ago, but I didn't. But now I'm sending them. Wise choice. I try to take down his barracks. I'm thinking, all right, I'll take down his barracks, and I got the game. At this point, I thought I had the game in hand. I'm gonna start going for the TC. I'm looking around, seeing what's up. I keep making more men, I believe, and out comes Jaguars. I'm not sure how to pronounce them. Jaguars. They're mercenaries. They have incredibly good attack against infantry, like Sepoys. They're gonna own Sepoys. I send the Rajputs in to attack him just because I don't know what else to do. I thought they were the right unit, but I think they end up dying without really killing many of his own men. So not a good thing, not a good choice by me. That really kind of screwed me over a little bit, I guess. At this point, I'm just like, ugh, I'm not happy. He's got Jags. I realize Sepoys aren't going to do the trick, or I realize soon. I want to build a wall there, but I can't, so I send him to go build a consulate. I want to hopefully be Ottoman, get some cav, because I don't think they do well against cav. I don't really have the resources to field any of my own cav at the moment. So I want to get some actual real cav out. And I send my explorers to start walking around looking. I stupidly sent men in there. I really should have waited. But again, like I talked about in other videos, I want tempo. I want to force him to constantly be reacting to what I'm doing. So I send Gurkha. There we go. That was it. At this point, I have realized that Jags are resistant to Sepoys, so I send Gurkha. I tell him, well played. I thought for sure that initial rush was going to kill him. Now here we are neck and neck, but he's an age ahead of me. Not good, not good, not good. I look to start building a market, but I want to wait till the consulate's done, and the consulate's line of sight will immediately light up that area, so I'll be able to build a market, no big deal. I got some Gurkhas coming, but I don't have a truckload of resources to do it, and he starts to build a fort right on the edge of the map. Bad news for me. I immediately select the Ottoman. I want to get as many men there as possible, and yeah, those Jaguars are tearing me apart at this point. He backs up because he thinks I have more men than I do. I back up because I think he has more men than we do. In reality, we both have very little men, and we both run to our respective forts, but I am in huge trouble at this point. I got a decent amount of food, no coin, not happy. I start to build houses because I've already messed up my pop one too many times. I think at this point I order Hussar. No, I send the gold because I do need gold, that's true. But sooner or later I should send the Hussar. I start to kill immediately. He picks off a settler and runs away. Freaking little annoying guy. He's going to start to do it again. I send that settler to get out of there. I don't want to lose it. And notice at this point we're all micromanaging. We're getting shots off, running back, running away. I don't want to leave the protective area of my fort. He doesn't want to leave the protective area of his fort at this point. All fairly standard stuff. I did order the Hussars, and like idiots, they start running over there. That made me so mad. I lost 2 of my 4 Hussar and got the 3rd one damaged because of the way the embassy sent them out, or the consulate. Really made me mad. I moved my Gurkha slightly forward there. I want to be able to protect the coin I just sent, and I want to start gathering that immediately. I need that coin if I'm going to do anything to him. I keep building houses. I do not want to reach my population cap. Yeah, I'm a little bit in trouble. I look to see if I can send 4 settlers. I can't. At this point, I am raging in chat about 4 Hussar, and our scores are still fairly neck and neck. So at this point, it's kind of the mid game. This is where I really don't like being Indian, to be honest. And he has cannon. That's right. He has done a great job. His score is now overtaken me, and by sheer dumb luck, he attacks the rhinoceros, and that really sucks. The rhinoceros really saved my life there, and he is raging in chat. I do not blame him. Notice I have like 3 men, and those rhinoceros are really doing what I could not do. However, he's still going to beat me, I think, here. I don't remember. My goal, though, really was to stall him long enough and to get that coin. Hopefully I could get enough men to come to take care of it. So I immediately bypass that and start to try to hit that cannon. I want to shoot that cannon and kill it, but it's still alive, and at this point I think he retreats because he doesn't have enough men to attack. And notice, by the way, I'm hurting everything behind me, and he retreats with his cannon and his 10 or so men. A big skirmish there, but it decimated me militarily. No food, not much going on. I'm definitely in trouble. I keep making villagers because that's always what you want to do. Villager production wins or costs you the game, but good military tactics also win or cost you the game. At this point, I repair the consulate just because I don't want a building so close to a danger zone to be done. I buy more market upgrades because my economy at this point is clearly lagging behind his, and I am scared. French, by the way, their settlers are resistance. They got great home city cards. Their settlers gather slightly faster, and he's a first lieutenant. Not in good shape. I realize I have tons of wood. I have map control. I need to get my elephants, and I need to immediately start getting town trade posts built up immediately. That might actually be the turning point of the game for me. So I'm going to start working to get some trade posts going, and I want to rescue that guy over there. Notice I look at him 2 or 3 times just to get a kind of gauge where he is, see what's around him. I don't suspect there's too much there, so I want to actually send some sowars. They're my equivalent of hussar from my caravansary. I want to send some of those out there to rescue him and get the trade post. I figure trade post might at least get me into this game a little bit, and he's got a much bigger army and he's destroying things. I got those guys, and I think I'm either going to run them south and into his town, or I'm going to run them attack his cannons. I'm not sure which. I don't remember, even though I just played this like 30 minutes ago. A lot happened. This was a tough game. Anyway, note I shift, by the way, those men there straight to food. I need more food. In reality, I need more coin too. I probably shouldn't have put 27 on food. Probably should have put a good amount to coin. I send those to coin, even though they're farther away from a mine. I don't know what I was doing. He destroys my consulate. Not good at this point. He's got 2 cannon. I am in a bad way. I want to run after those cannon, but he's got men there, so I think I am instead going to go pressure him. Do I? No, I run back. Interesting. Why do I run back? I start to make Sepoy because I don't really have the gold to do anything else. I send 4 more Sowar because I need Cav at this point. My whole thought was, if I can get Cav, I can win the game. His army looked pretty vulnerable to Cav. I add another trade post. I will hopefully sometime want to upgrade them, although that's really a tall order. I make 5 more Sepoys, and I'm in trouble at this point, in case you haven't noticed. He's got mercenaries, he's got map control. Well, we're pretty split at this point. I mean, I don't know what he's doing, but it's not looking too hot for me at this point. So I really need to get my other explorer out of there, hopefully get more trade posts, hopefully get a military advantage. At this point, by the way, I go to start raiding. My score's actually overtaken him a bit. Which tells me one thing: despite the fact that he has a military advantage, his score is a military advantage. It's not an economic advantage. I was very encouraged at this point because I realized that if I can destroy his units, I can win the game. I also realized he can't make more units than me. His villagers immediately run inside. That means I'm there. I run away and I get Dude, the name of my Indian explorer, out there, and I start killing those villagers. I've thrown off his economy a little bit more. Having a little bit of a standing army, by the way, has saved my score. And at this point, by the way, I'm getting trade posts. Things are looking slightly better for me. I send those Sowar back up there. At this point now, periodically, I want to run in and out of his town. I see some pikemen pursuing me, actually, right there, but then they leave. But I was aware that they were there, in case you were wondering. So, yeah, I keep making villagers. I have 46 at this point. My only chance to beat him, by the way, is to have more villagers. I need to be able to field 1 million units because he has cannon and he has mercenaries. It is not going to be an easy battle, and there comes his army. And destroying that army is going to be a very, very, very tall order. I got some Sepoys, though. Sepoys match up fairly well, except it looks like he has some Swiss pikemen, some cannons, some jaguars. I doubt I'm going to be able to kill that. His pikemen just start raping my Sowars. And it looks like I'm going to lose my fort at this point, which makes me very sad. But because my fort is about to die, I do the only rational thing. I send my Cav into his town to hopefully grab some stuff while he's distracted. He patched up the wall, kind of, but there's still room for me to get in and start attacking. So my hope is that I can kill some villagers while he's doing what he needs to do. His Swiss pikemen start scurrying back to the town. My Agra fort is about to be destroyed, so I immediately build a little bit of a wall there. I don't want him to be able to walk into my town. I start building some barracks. I'm going to be fighting from behind this game. I fortunately was able to kill some villagers and throw his economy off, and that's what I'm talking about, tempo, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a better army, he's got a better everything, but I did control the pace of the game, and that does very, very much to help me this game. Also, I did get better map positioning, at least in the beginning. I controlled the middle for most of the game, and I do control the side since I have trade posts, and I've seen hide nor hair of him on the side of the map. I only have 2 of my sowars left after that little bit of an adventure, but that is okay, because I'm going to keep grabbing trade posts and keep doing what I need to do, and those are really about all the men he has besides those Swiss pikemen. So it's not the end of the world at this point, at least, because I do have a lot more food, and despite his major military advantage and I guess his major push he's making right now, I fortunately do have control. Economically, I do have control of the sides of the map. I am hoping I can beat him. He's a first lieutenant. He's got cannon, though. It's a very close game. This is by far my favorite game and by far the most nerve-wracking game I've played in a long time. So I send a wood gathering card at that point because I only have 5 on wood, which I think is enough. I keep massing Sepp Boys. I really need to take control. He did a great job, by the way. He did exactly what he should have done. He attacked only when he had the advantage. He used his home city shipments well, used mercenaries well. He pushed me, took control of the center, and he played a great game. He also didn't use all one unit, which is a mistake that a lot of noobs make, by the way. You're tempted when you're attacking or you're being attacked, you're like, oh man, I gotta throw just all this unit or all that unit. He doesn't do that. He does a great job there. Notice, by the way, I did upgrade my trade post to rickshaw. I'm low on gold. I want to use my trade post advantage to start sending me gold since I have most of my cards sent at this point in the game. Since I have an economic advantage, I want to push it. I want to force him to have to take over my economic advantage. Notice there, I'm shifting them all to gold. There we go. And I notice him building a town center. I start to pressure him again. Even though I'm attacking from behind, I have a far superior economy. At this point, I'm looking at my score and thinking, alrighty, I can just start pumping men out here. I'm not in too much trouble yet. He does have a position, but it's really a false position in that he won it kind of because I chose... Well, I couldn't have held on to it, but he won it, but he can't hold it. You know what I mean? Possibly overextended himself just a little bit there. I think I would have stayed closer to the fort and extended out to the sides. But anyway, I get more Gurkhas coming, and notice at this point I ordered another 10. I'm now, fortunately, at the point of my economy where I can order men. I start upgrading those rickshaws. I want more resources. Experience at this point is a moot point. I've sent a majority of my cards. He sent a majority of his cards. Or I don't know if he has. I assume he has. But it's 22 minutes into the game. I need experience. I need resources from those trade posts, not experiences. So anyway, there comes another cannon. I see it. I start to back away. I am not in the mood to get chewed apart by cannon. By the way, you can double click a unit to select all units of the same kind. I don't know if you knew that, but that allows you to not have to drag click everything all the time. It can be very detrimental to have to drag click consistently because you're dragging. It takes away seconds, and if the other guy isn't having to drag click, he's going to have a major advantage. I sent the Gurkha, by the way, to flank him there because at this point I can make more. I believe I ordered 10 more, 20 more. Nope. Wow. Okay. Oh, I start to age. I realize at this point I got enough resources to age. I want to be able to cast peace because he does have a superior cannoning. I send some to go to wood, some to help me build my wonder, and there I select all of those to go to coin, all those trade posts. So now I'm getting about 100 extra coin a second, and that's really going to add to my already big economic landslide. I've also built another Carnavasi or whatever it's called. I want to start spamming cavalry. To be honest, I think he only has some Swiss pikemen left. I don't know how many. If I can kill those Swiss pikemen, I win. Notice I'm running away from his cannon. I'm hoping to kind of stretch his army out a little bit. Armies are a lot more dangerous when they're all close to each other than they are when they're in a long line walking towards you. So I'm hoping that I can stretch him out a little bit, kill his cannon. Notice his men trying to maneuver around the trees. My Sowars fortunately get right behind them, kill the cannon, and now this particular battle I have the advantage in. I believe he does actually still have some Swiss pikemen left at that point. But economically, I can keep making Gurkhas. I can keep making Sowars. Definitely got a little bit of control here. I did run out of population there, by the way, if you noticed. That's still the thing I forget to do. It doesn't register to me that I need to worry about population. Gurkhas just start tearing things apart. And at this point, he is trying to hold on to the middle. He's trying to control the resources. I did leave my explorers put. I could have had them scout around, but I don't know. I just did. I switched them over to rice paddies, by the way. Most of the herdables that are in a safe distance are gone. So I do need to switch to farm. But notice it's 25 minutes in the game. I didn't start off there, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. You gather so much faster without it. Notice the wonder I built. If the battle starts to sour for me, I can instantly start to cast peace and get 8 or 10 or so seconds of peace. So at this point, it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I just queue up a mass of villagers and keep building houses. I want to be in solid control. Keep building houses. I want to be able to solidly just keep spamming units. Notice at some point I did switch some of the trade posts to food. I wanted to keep food production up steady now that I got a very, very good coin production, you know. So it's just the nuances of managing an economy. At this point, the game is over, despite the fact that he really threw me for a loop with the cannons and such. Managed to overcome it. I don't know what's going there on the bottom right-hand corner of the mini-map. I don't even think I looked over there. Maybe I sent some men over there. Oh, maybe those are the 2 Sowars from earlier. Okay, that might be it. I'm not sure. Anyway, so there's 2 Sowars from earlier down there in the bottom right corner. I ignore them, and I ship 2 siege elephants for food. I don't know if that was the best card to ship at the moment, but I just need to tear down some buildings. I had food. My economy's going pretty good. I think I back up. I don't want to lose men unnecessarily to his fort, even though at this point I probably can replace anything. I am also building a castle there because I wanted to be able to build my own siege elephants once I sent the 2 from my home city. And I, at this point, shift all my trade posts to food, trying to keep my economy up. I've kept tempo on him this entire game. I'm about to seize control of the middle. Notice I did set my waypoint there to get a little bit closer. I do keep making men, and there come my siege elephants. I love those guys. They're my favorite unit. They look so cool. It's a cannon mounted onto an elephant. I don't know. I love using them. I don't get to use them very often. I'm thrilled I get to here. At this point, economic-wise, he's really tossed all his eggs into his basket with his military. He had to use his coureur de bois several times to fight military. That's really hindering him now at this point. He's losing his town center, which was an investment of 600 wood. Not good place to be. The game has been wrapped up, and at this point he is not quite dead yet, though. He does have a few cannon. Siege elephants, though, are a counter to cannon, so I'm going to send them over there to attack those cannon. Up to this point in the game, I hadn't really taken huge control of the game, you know, hadn't amassed units, but at this point I have, and that is GG, and it was indeed a great game. He was a first lieutenant, and the strategy he was trying to do basically is get to the 3rd age, get your mercenaries, get your cannons, and own. The problem is the strategy I was doing was an early rush, so it really kind of came down to this. He's trying to get superior units, I'm trying to throw his economy off, and in the end I was able to win because my economy kept going while his kind of puttered out. So it was a great game. Trade routes, I say here, won me the game. I don't know if they did or not. At the time, it really felt like they did, but looking back, I really had started to gain control by the time I took the trade routes. But they really did provide a lot of resources. If you think about it, I was getting at least 100 resources extra a second. That's really just an economic advantage, you know. So it allowed me to spam units. This guy, by the way, is a clanmate of mine. We're a part of the Nation of War clan. We do have a YouTube channel. I have my own separate one here, obviously, but they do that. They do that. We're all pretty good players. We're not great, though. Anybody can join. You just have to send an application. You have to be on TeamSpeak, other things. But anyway, so it was great to play clanmate. He is a first lieutenant on Vanilla Age of Empires 3, so he's a very good player. He played well. It was just one of those things where he had his strategy, I had my strategy. my strategy won. And occasionally you have games like that, you know what I mean, where there's just strategies your civilization can't counter. He played incredibly well. I played pretty well, actually. I think probably one of the best I've played. Even my boo-boos with housing weren't too bad. I tell him there I think India has a weak colonial. Maybe not. I just always feel like in every game I played with India, I've recorded 2, but I played maybe 5 or 6. I feel like I always lag from like about the 10-minute to the 20-minute mark, and then my economy starts to get going. So, and I do tell him my units are really expensive, but they actually aren't as expensive as possible. He really felt walled in, and at that point you might have noticed I didn't really pressure him for most of the game, but he was kind of at a disadvantage because I had ran through his town so many times. He kind of felt like he had to stay there. So anyway, look here, 230 men, and I just kept throwing men at him. More resources, yeah. But, no, so he had to stay in his town. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Because I had attacked him and ran around so many times, he didn't feel safe expanding his villagers. And that's really what tempo does. It gives you access to resources and such. Anyway, at this point we're just kind of chatting it up. I'm telling him about the cost of my units. So, it was a great game. I keep trying to change the maps, by the way, but he doesn't have war chiefs, so I couldn't really do any war chief maps, and he wanted to do Deccan because it's the only map from the Asian dynasties he's used to, because he just got Asian dynasties from vanilla. So that's cool. And I'm just talking strat with him at this point, reflecting on the game. It was such a hard game. I don't know if you guys ever have games or moments where your heart is just beating really, really fast. This was definitely one of those games. Strategy-wise, I did do a 10-10 rush. I did it fairly decently. I did mark it. I made a huge mistake with the Hussar. I think the wonder-wise, the second wonder to build really is up to you. I chose the Peace Wonder. It's not a bad idea if you're in a close game, because it does allow you to instantly gain peace, but there's a slight downside because then he can move his units. So I don't know. I just chose peace because I wasn't sure whether I was going to be able to repel him. He did a great job. Yeah. So he asked me for another game. I say I got to go record and narrate this. I'm narrating it now. It was a great game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, anyway, let me just take the opportunity again to thank everybody subscribing, watching. I think I'm up to 10 subscribers, which is so cool in my mind. I'm just thrilled that I got people watching me, liking my videos, commenting. Thanks for watching. I hope this was a good game. It was a really close game. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, a comment, subscribe. There was a lot of micromanagement, you know, us moving our units, getting shots off, a lot of things you would have learned. I take one more trip, by the way, through the post-game menu. I like to do that. I like to just look and think. I look at general resources. I look at it. Notice I had more improvements. You definitely want your markets. I had more military, but I killed way less. And experience-wise, I look at villagers. Notice my villager production went really well. Then he told me he had a lot of idle villagers, so I think I go look now and look at the amount of idle villagers, you know what I mean? You want to keep that as low as possible, especially in the beginning of the game. Notice his peaks at the beginning of the game. That was because of me raiding him. So tempo really did give me a huge economic advantage over a very, very good foe. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope the end of this narration hasn't been too laggy. I'll catch you guys later. Look for more videos. BigThunderMan, out.